Righto. Today we are going to start looking at absolute value functions. We have looked at absolute value equations before, so a quick revision on them, and then we'll look at absolute value functions, and then we'll look at extending what we've already done. So let's start off. What is absolute value? The absolute value of a thing is how far that thing is from the origin. So if I was to talk about the absolute value of 2, I'm asking how far is 2 from the origin. So the origin is 0 on our number line. 2 is obviously 2 units away from the number line. Just like -2 is exactly 2 units away. So we can sketch a number line and see that. 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. You can see that both both plus and -2 are 2 units away from the origin. So here's -2, it's 1, 2 units away from the origin. Here's +2, it's 1, 2 units away from the origin. So some people like to think of absolute value as basically saying, just make everything positive. And that's okay. Almost all the time that sort of gets you out of trouble. So if we're ever asked what is the absolute value of this term or this expression, we're asking how far is that thing from the origin. So if I had an expression that was a little bit more involved, so for example I had what is the absolute value of 3 minus 5 plus 7? Well, it's only the 3 minus 5 that is within the absolute value signs. So 3 minus 5 is -2 plus 7. The absolute value of -2 is 2 plus 7, that's 9. Okay. So a little feature, a little thing to note about absolute value. Have a look at this. The absolute value of 3 minus 5 turned out to be 2. Right? Absolute value of 3 minus 5 is 2. So there's a bit of a result that tells us this, that the absolute value of x minus some value is the distance of x from that value. So on a number line, if I had a there, and I had x there, it doesn't matter where 0 is here. Let's put it over there. The absolute value of x minus a is the distance between x and a on the number line. That'll come up in just a couple of the questions in the exercise. Don't let it sort of rattle you if it does. But anyway, look, I really think that's a bit of a triviality. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Extension people, I do want you to worry about that. That is going to come up significantly when we look at some vector work, especially in extension 2 and in complex numbers as well. So for the advanced people, just note that it's a result. For the extension people, also note that it's a result, but sort of keep it bubbling away in the back of the brain there, and it's going to come back again in the future. Recall, excuse me, let me just get this clean. So just recall that when we looked at absolute value equations, we solved things like 3x minus 4 equals 5. That doesn't really matter. 3x minus, the absolute value of 3x minus 4 equals 5. We came back to our definition that absolute value is how far a thing is from the origin. How far a thing is from the origin. So the absolute value of 3x minus 4 equals 5 means that 3x minus 4 is 5 units from the origin. Okay, so what's 5 units from the origin? Well, positive 5 and negative 5. Okay, so that means that if we think about a number line, and here's our origin, here's 5, here's negative 5, we're saying that 3x minus 4 lives at negative 5 and it lives at 5. So 3x minus 4 is here and 3x minus 4 is there. Well, we can express that algebraically by saying that this means that 3x minus 4 equals negative 5. And this means that 3x minus 4 equals 5. And then we just get two very simple linear equations to solve. So I'll just go through and solve them quickly. Over here I'm going to add 4. And add 4 again. So I get 3x equals negative 1. And over here I get 3x equals 9. So dividing by 3, I get x equals negative 1/3, or x equals 3. And then my solutions to that set of, or to that absolute value equation. Okay. I'll stop there, and I'll start another video in a little bit talking about graphing absolute value functions, because that's our end goal for this exercise. We're looking at exercise 4D, by the way, in the Advanced Year 11 book. So I'll wind up there. Go and have a crack at least questions 1 to 8 in exercise 4D, and then come back and have a look at the next video, which is going to be talking about graphing absolute value functions and some of the variations that we can have there. Oh, sorry, I neglected to say, any questions, any difficulties, you can stick them in the comment section below, or for my class that are in the Microsoft Teams page that I've set up, you guys can flick questions through the Microsoft Teams page. Thank you.